Hello budgeters, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to go over my January 2021 budget. You'll find out exactly how much I've spent in each category, and we'll also go over the exact reasons why I decided to spend the money the way that I did. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself. I'm a millennial in my 30s who is currently living with her parents rent-free. While I won't be going over my exact income, I will say that I make less than $75,000 a year in a high cost of living area. Now let's get started. What you see in front of you is a numbers spreadsheet that I created and that I am currently selling on my Etsy store. If you scroll down, you will see that 88% of my total expenses went into my business, with only 9% going to groceries and a measly 1% going to my internet provider. Let's scroll down some more so we can take a look at those exact numbers. On the left here, you will see that I have set the search parameters to January 2021, but I could leave it blank and just have the year 2021 to look at. Just to keep things simple, we'll leave it at January 2021 for now. On the right, you will see that I spent a total of $1,547.12. Of that, $1,366.81 went to my business. Next, $143.57 went to groceries, $34.99 went to my internet, and $1.75 went to my laundry. I guess because the amount was so small, my laundry expenses didn't even register on my pie chart from up above. This month, I rarely left my house because I do live in the capital city of Massachusetts. There was some concern that there would be some riots during the day of the presidential inauguration.
High alert ahead of Inauguration Day, but protecting D.C. isn't the only concern. State capitals across the country are facing threats of armed protests in the next few days.
And it seemed that the cases of the virus would spike, so I mostly stayed at home. The upside to all of this is that I didn't spend any money on eating out, so at least there's that silver lining. Now going down to the bottom of this page, you will see that I signed a starting balance for food and other expenses. I pretty much always give myself $300 for food, which includes grocery shopping, eating out, and the toothpaste I usually get at Trader Joe's. Now, I don't eat that toothpaste, but while I'm there, I usually also do some grocery shopping. So instead of separating that from my grocery bill, I wanted to make my life just a little bit easier by combining it with what I input for my food expenses. It's a small expense, so it doesn't really affect my overall food budget. Now, let's take a look at my other category. Other pretty much means everything else except for my fixed expenses. The amount in this category can vary depending on the month. On average, however, I usually give myself about $450. This month it was a bit different because I had budgeted $1,350. So let's take a look at what I spent that money on. Here in front of you is my other expenses tab. As you can see, I spent most of my money at Amazon and the Apple Store. In all of my Amazon purchases, however, I use Amazon Smile since it's such a simple way for me to support one of my favorite charities at no cost to me. I believe the concept is similar to Ebay's or Rakuten, where the charity will earn a small commission from my Amazon purchase. Now that Jeff Bezos is stepping down as the Amazon CEO, I wonder what the future of Amazon will be. Anyways, let's get to my first Amazon purchase. I spent $102.80 on a used mic to record my YouTube videos. I wasn't happy with the sound quality of my previous mic, which was just basically Apple's old wired earphones. Hopefully you've noticed the difference in sound quality of this video, but there are still some features that I would like to play around with. The next few purchases will be all for my new iPhone 12 Pro. $31.85 for a new blue light screen protector and a clear kickstand case. $1,061.44 for the iPhone itself, and returning the case to Amazon for $16.99 for Apple's clear MagSafe case and a very fancy 3-in-1 charger for $200.76. I rarely wear my Apple Series 3 watch because I don't have enough outlets for it in my room, so with this charger I had hoped to condense everything that I needed for the day to one spot. But then I found out that my first generation Apple AirPods don't charge magnetically, so maybe it's time for another upgrade. I also realized that the clear Apple iPhone case was way overpriced and returned it for $52.06, only to buy another MagSafe case from Amazon with a round gold stencil just to avoid paying for shipping and to have the total come up to $42.48, which let's face it, is it really that much of an improvement? Finally, I spent $34.94 on a MagSafe case, stand, and wallet, which is actually pretty cool and it's practical for filming and watching YouTube videos. I've been pretty happy with the product so far. Now, we did skip around in my other expenses. I also spent money on my Etsy store for advertising for $21.59, and I also spent money on laundry for $1.75. And that brings us to a total of $1,368.56. If it weren't for YouTube, I probably would have bought the iPhone 12 mini instead of the Pro because I prefer smaller phones and I love the compact size. I'm not a technology person, which you can tell from the fact that I'm trading an old iPhone 6S for $60 in order to get this newer phone. However, I hope to bring you guys better content and better quality in the next coming videos. Now, if you're looking at this column right here, the resolved, and the check marks around here, this is just to indicate that I have paid the bill for these expenses. So some things they're not checked off because bill for them hasn't come up yet. So this is how I keep track of my current bills. And let me take you over to the liabilities section. In this section, I take account of my current debt, which is basically all my credit cards. And you see that I have a running total of basically how much in each credit card, the amount that's still pending, that still has not been paid. And I also make note of all the benefits of each card so I can take advantage of all the rewards and all the points that's associated with it. Now, while we're on this section where we're looking at all the benefits and points that you can get from various credit cards, one other option that has popped up recently is to use your points instead of using it for travel. You can use your points to pay for things like groceries or even your Apple products. So if there's something on your wish list, that is an option that you can take if you have accumulated a lot of points and you're not planning on using it traveling anywhere anytime soon. But that is also one step you can take without going into debt. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll notice that I also have a borrowed section and it's completely blank. And the reason for that is because I have absolutely no debt. Once upon a time, I did have student loans, but that has been paid off. And my advice for people who are still paying off debt is this quote right here. The successful warrior is the average man or woman with laser-like focus. So in the respect to debt, I'm pretty much the female version of Dave Ramsey. I would say go gazelle intense on your debt and just focus on that one debt and attack it with force and make sure that you pay it off as soon as possible and just snowball that effect or avalanche that money to your other debts. And honestly, that is the best way to pay everything off. I absolutely hate debt. I hate owing people anything, so I usually try to make sure to pay off everything. There's only one time where I forgot to pay my credit card, and it's only because I forgot to put a stamp. This is way a long time ago. I forgot to put a stamp on the check and it never got mailed. And that was the only time that I forgot to pay my credit card. And then I figured out that why not just pay it online? This is the 21st century. You don't have to do it the same way like your parents did. So that was the one time that I forgot to pay my credit card. And it's honestly, just slow and steady wins the race. I always say this to anyone who asks me. Take it slowly and then just pay it off the best to your abilities that you can. Thank you for watching, and please click below to see some more great videos.